So I stopped at the Jack in the Box on the way here, and the girl behind the counter said, "Hiya, are you having an awesome day?" Which is shitty, because it puts the onus on me to disagree with her. Like, if I'm not having an awesome day, suddenly I'm the negative one. Usually when people ask how I'm doing, the real answer is, I'm doing shitty. But I can't really say I'm doing shitty, because I honestly don't even have a good reason to be doing shitty. But today, when the girl at the Jack in the Box asked me if I was having an awesome day, I thought, today I have a good reason to be doing shitty. So I said to her, well, my mom died. And of course she burst into tears, which is annoying, because now I have to comfort her. But she offers me a free churro with my meal. No one ever tells you when your mom dies you get a free churro. Anyways, that wasn't part of the... Sorry. Okay, reset, restart. Here I am giving a eulogy. Dr. Monica Frank explains grieving the loss of an unloved one fills a person with a wave of conflicting emotions. When a toxic parent dies, a child is often left wishing for a connection that never was, grieving the illusion of love that could have been. In this monologue, a son gives a eulogy at his abusive mother's funeral, exploring his loss in a stream of consciousness. Raphael Bob Waxberg. Free churro. My mother, born in 1938, died in 2018. One time she went to a parade, and one time she smoked an entire cigarette on one long inhale. I watched her do it myself. She was a truly remarkable woman. Now what? Right? Mom, you got any ideas? No. Nothing to contribute? Not once if you're proud of me. Can I just say how amazing it is to be in a room with my mom and just be able to talk and talk and talk without her telling me to shut up? Hey Mom, knock once if you want me to shut up. No? Are you sure? I don't want to embarrass you. I don't want to make this eulogy into a mealogy. Honestly, if you want me to shut up and sit down and let someone else speak, I swear I won't be offended. Just knock. Are you sure? Your funeral. Sorry about the closed casket, by the way. She wanted an open casket, but, you know, she's dead now, so who cares what she wanted, right? Oh, I'm sorry, that sounded bad. The coroner just couldn't really get her eyes closed, so her face forever frozen in this tremendous mask of horror and anguish, like, or as my mom called it, Tuesday. My mom called it Tuesday. Mom, what'd you think of that one? You like it? You never were a fan of my comedy. My mother, here's a story about my mother. So when I was a teenager, there was this super cool jacket that I wanted so badly. And for months, I saved up, and I finally went to the store to get it, and they had just sold it to someone else. I went home and told my mom, and she said, let that be a lesson. That's the good that comes from wanting things. Yeah, she was always just so good at dispensing life lessons that always seemed to circle around to things being my fault. But then after school one day, she said she had a surprise for me. She had bought me the jacket. I knew, even though she didn't know how to say it, deep down, this meant my mother loved me. That's a good story about my mom. It's not true, but it's a good story, isn't it? Yeah, I don't have any stories like that, but I do keep waiting for that proof. You know, even though my mother was a hard woman, deep down, she loved me and cared about me and wanted me to know I made her life a little brighter. Hey Mom, knock once if you love me, care about me, want me to know I made your life a little brighter. My mother, she did not go gentle into the night. She went clawing and thrashing, fighting, hence the face. I swear, if you had seen her, the only thing you would be thinking right now is, oh my God, he's nailing this impression. Yeah. I was in her hospital room in those last few moments. It was full of nonsensical screams and cries. But there was this moment. She looked in my direction and said, "I see you." That's the last thing my mother ever said to me, "I see you." It wasn't the statement of judgment or disappointment. It was just a simple recognition of another person in the room. "Hello, you are a person, and I see you." Let me tell you, it's a weird feeling at 54 years old to feel for the first time that your mother actually sees you. It's like this odd realization, like, oh, that's the thing you've been missing all along, right? Like, you knew what I wanted, you knew what I needed, and you waited until the last possible second to give it to me. Honestly, I was prepared for more cruelty. I was sure that she would get one final zinger about how I let her down. How I'm too tall or too fat or too stupid, how I'm needy and an embarrassment and a burden, all of that I was prepared for. I was not prepared for "I see you." But only she would be lousy enough to swipe me with one final moment of connection on her way out. Or maybe she literally just meant, "I see you. You were an object that has entered my field of vision." She was pretty out of it at the end. Maybe it's dumb to try and contribute it to anything. Maybe she saw my dad. My dad died 10 years ago from injuries he sustained during a duel. Who the hell dies in a duel, right? I wish I knew to go to the Jack in the Box then. At least I could have gotten a free churro. But honestly, my darling mother, she gave the eulogy over here, and my entire life, I never heard her say one kind thing about Dad. Not one. But at the funeral, she said, "My husband is dead, and everything is worse now." My husband is dead, and everything is worse now. Maybe she knew that he frittered away all of her inheritance and replaced it with crippling debt, which, to be fair, it's a pretty shitty thing to leave your widow with. Like, bad news, you lost your husband. But don't worry, because you also lost the house. Is that what you meant, Mom? God, you're a bitch. Sorry, I'm sorry. That one was a little too, my mom's a huge bitch for the room. I'm sorry, Mom, you're not a huge bitch. You were a huge bitch, and now you're dead. You know the shittiest thing about all of this is that when that stranger at the Jack in the Box gave me that free churro, that small act of kindness was more love and more compassion than my mother ever gave me in my entire goddamn life. Like, how hard is it to do something nice for a person? That woman at the Jack in the Box didn't even know me. I'm your son! All I had was you. I keep going back to this moment in the "I see you" when I see you. I see you. Jesus Christ. We were in the intensive care unit. She was just reading a sign. My mother is dead, and everything is worse now. Because I know I will never have a mother who looks at me from across the room and says, "I see you." I guess it's good to know. It's good to know I've never had anyone looking out for me, and I never will. I guess it's good that my mother is dead. At least I got a free churro.